Do you like to break me down when I'm shattered on the ground? Are you happy? Are you happy? All I wanted was your love. Was I asking for too much? Are you happy? Are you happy? Do you like to break me down when I'm shattered on the ground? Are you happy? Are you happy? All I wanted was your love. Was I asking for too much? Are you happy? Are you happy? You break me down off the ground. You happy? You happy?
Hello my soul family, welcome today to the Love Show. My name is Krista Ramirez and I'm your soul coach. So this is the Love Show for September of 2021, and this is a free show that I always give on a monthly basis to talk about love, to talk about spiritual love, and just give you a little insight into my approach for couples therapy, for soul coaching, if this is something that you're interested in. I give a lot of my free time just to share with those who can't afford my services, but this show for me is actually one of my favorites, as well as the fashion show, because not only is it time to get dressed up, but it's important to always, get together and talk about this spiritual love, because this is a priority in our life, and a lot of people actually take this for granted. Relationships with an intimate partner and having this romance in their life, because this is a very important part of being a human. We are all made up of emotions. We all have a heart, and all of us need love. And so I'm here to remind you that love is here for you, and you deserve to be loved. So I came up with September theme of You Deserve Your Fairy Tale. And this is such a beautiful theme today, because true love is like a fairy tale. And I know that many people think that it's not possible, or that it just happens in the movies. But on the contrary, God is saying that you deserve your fairy tale. And if you're willing to be open-hearted and open-minded, it can definitely show up in your life. Because remember that everything that shows up in our life is energetic through the law of attraction. It doesn't matter what perceived obstacles there are in the physical realm. That is just but an illusion, and it's also the test of your faith, because God can remove those obstacles with the blink of an eye. But if you're still not in union with your true beloved, it's more about self, believe it or not, and it's just about our energetic frequency that perhaps needs to either be healed, needs to be realigned, and needs to be looked at to see what are your true beliefs about love. What about you? Do you believe that you deserve to be loved, cherished, treated right? Do you believe that you deserve your princess or your prince to come at you and be with you forever, just you? Because if that's not something that you believe is possible, then believe me that there will be blockages in this physical world, and that's the only blockage again. It's all in your mind, because these illusions are based on fear. And these fear-based illusions come from the ego. And when we, study A Course in Miracles in my spiritual book club at my School of Light, which you can always be a member, go to christianramirez.com/school, where you can also have access to my weekly poetry class. You will realize that, again, we all have a choice, whether we're going to listen to our ego or our higher self. Our higher self is always the one that chooses unconditional love, the one that is always positive, the one that believes in miracles. True love is a miracle, right? Because what is the miracle, and what are the chances that you're going to meet your other half in this lifetime? Not many people experience this luxury, but again, it has a lot to do with their mindset, about their belief system. And if you do believe that you can meet your beloved in this lifetime, and that you believe true love is possible, even though you've been through many disappointing relationships, and yet you still have this hope in your heart, then believe me that it is going to show up for you. That is God's miracle and gift to you today. But it's all about you. You need to fix that belief that you have in your heart and know that you deserve it. Because that's another thing. If you believe that it's possible, but then you somehow have like these self-esteem issues that are blocking this love, self-worth and self-value, you know, believe me, this happens a lot in both masculines and feminines alike. Divine feminines and divine masculines. In a divine masculine, this can look something like, you know, maybe I'm not good enough for her, or I can't give her what she deserves. That's low self-worth, because this divine masculine believes that he is not enough for her. And yet the divine feminine might be thinking the complete opposite, that she is all he ever wants, and that's her dream come true. And then how would this look in the divine feminine? A divine feminine with low self-worth that doesn't believe she deserves her divine masculine might look something like, maybe, again, same thing, I'm not good enough for him, or maybe I'm not pretty enough for him. You know, believe me, women think that way. Maybe he'll get bored and he'll look astray. Like, all of these thoughts are very low vibrational, and they create self-fulfilling prophecies as well. So it's very important that we remain positive and keep our thoughts pure. So this is again also what September is about, and what I even wrote in my journal that I wrote in the rebirth. I wrote a journal, and the theme for September is purification. And I believe this is going to be very tied in closely as well with the fashion show theme for September, because this is what it's about. It's about purification. And I'm not talking about, yes, physical body purification like detox and cleanse, but more than anything, it's on a spiritual auric level. Cleansing our thoughts, our feelings in our hearts, any emotions that you're harboring within that might not be its high vibrational self, might not be the most positive. Those are things that need to be purged out so that you can allow for this newness that's all pure love and high vibrational into your life, into your aura, into your physical reality. And God is calling you to take this action step, because great love is worth taking the effort and those action steps that we're being guided to take, which is to purify. And if this means that you need to spend a little bit more time alone during this time, that is okay, because that is a minor sacrifice for what's to come in the long term. Okay, so again, this is especially for those who are attached in relationships or attached to a person that you know is not your one, your beloved. God is telling you right now to detach, because this is the test. This is the month of the test. Those who are willing to detach, even if that means staying with nothing, basically being alone, right? Let's say that maybe it might entail a breakup if you're in a relationship. Maybe it's like the same-sex friendship that maybe is actually blocking a true love relationship. Because remember, you know, there can be a little bit of, it's very dependable. It's like same-sex partners or same-sex relationships, right? Like friendships. Yes, they can be friends, but at a certain extent, right? There's always a limit to those friendships, and it doesn't matter what age it is. So that's just a call for you to reflect in your own life if that's something that you're dealing with. You know, like a masculine having a female friend, or a feminine having a male friend, that maybe that other person is developing more emotions, and maybe it's not reciprocated, but it's still energy around you, right? So that's just something that you're just being called to just, I guess, take a look at and be honest, transparent with those around you, because we don't want any mixed feelings, mixed signals, and that will block a true love, spiritually based relationship. Because this spiritual love is, again, like a unicorn, okay? I was actually watching something last night, and the unicorn represents the ultimate purification. It's like the ultimate purity, right? Like a dove as well. And that's the kind of love that we're talking about, and the only kind of love that I talk about in the Love Show. And in order to attract that, I know this might be hard to hear, but everything else in your life needs to also be pure. And I know that we can't control everybody in our life, right? Whether that be our relationship with family members or even these friends around us, co-workers, etc. We can't control them, but we can definitely control our reactions, how we set boundaries, and how we communicate, right? So that is a very important step that we're being called to take this month. Whatever way that means for you. Set your clear boundaries and make it known what's really in your heart. Don't leave it in the air. Don't make it an elephant in the room. Make it known and make it clear. Because this is the only way that we will attract this high vibrational, spiritual, pure love. And trust me that this is going to be an inspiration for everyone else around. Because when these spiritual lovers, you can say they're like twins, right? They will inspire others to want to also have that love in their life. And that's going to actually push them to have to be a better person, because we have to be a good person to be able to reach this union. Alright, so that's a very beautiful message and guidance to begin this month of September. And, you know, I hope that you're all very close. I sense that those who have been doing the work, those who have been watching my show for these past 8 months, you know, I started the show in January for the new year. We've come a long way, and we're about very near to actual union. And this might even be the peak towards December, I'm feeling very strongly. So this is like a year-long show, perhaps. It might be the last episode. I'm not sure if I'm going to do another season of this for next year, but I definitely feel that we are like the very end already. So I'm even feeling the preparation in my life, and I know that my spiritual partner is also feeling it on his life, whoever he is out in the world. And God is really working hard to bring these true soul partners into union, because we're at a critical moment in the world right now and in history, that these lovers needs to come in. Because remember that this spiritual love is always for the mission first. Yes, the romance and even, you know, the intimate, the passion is there. That's inevitable, right? That's like what brings them together. But what also sticks them together for the long term is this spiritual mission that they're meant to be doing together. And so this is what's being awakened during this time. The masculine, the divine masculine, is awakening to how he needs to be in union with his divine feminine to complete this mission. Every partner, every couple has their own mission. So the divine masculine is awakening to the mission. The divine feminine already knows what the mission is. And chances are that if they have met already in the physical realm, these energies have even activated at a higher level and higher pace as well. Because it's like this proximity that definitely kind of heightens this Kundalini rising. And there is a lot of passion in the air I'm feeling during this month as well. There's a lot of Scorpio energy happening astrologically. I believe we have the moon in Scorpio today. So that's definitely something that's playing a big role in this telepathic passion that's happening. And this is just a sign that union is very close. So let's just keep our heart open. Let's keep this hope alive in our heart. I'm seeing like this, you know, the new emoji that came out on the iPhone, this heart on fire. That's the energy right now. It's this heart and passion and love on fire, because it's just thriving even more with each passing day. These memories are stirring. Or maybe if you haven't met, it's these fantasies and daydreams about the kind of partner that you want in your life that are really pushing you to become a better person, your best self. And what can really help you during these times is my A New You Tell Me Soul Coaching program. That's the program to help you transform if that's something that you still need to work on. So that's a beautiful message to begin today on September. Let's get a little deeper reading from God with our oracle reading that I always bring. I will be bringing my Botticelli deck. We can see the beautiful artwork that I have here in this room. This is the birth of Venus. This is literally the divine feminine in her purest, naked self, her vulnerability. She's coming transparent to the divine masculine. The divine masculine wants to do the same. He wants to be completely honest and vulnerable with his divine feminine, because the divine feminine is like a Mother Mary. She's the nurturing energy, and the divine masculine is like the Jesus energy, the little child, the little boy that wants to be nurtured, cared for, and loved. And this is what's bringing them together. This is the energy. They are the archetypes of the ideal divine feminine and divine masculine. So that's who we need to work on becoming. If you're a divine feminine, be more saint-like, like Mother Mary. And then if you're a divine masculine, be more holy like Jesus, right? Be of service and be only unconditional love, loyal and just giving. And that's what's going to bring this love closer and closer and faster. All right, so I'll be right back and we'll continue. Okay, my soul family, so let's begin with our Botticelli artwork oracle deck today. And I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really, really excited and hopeful about this love and union, because I definitely feel that it is coming so soon. So the first guidance that we got here, wow, we got the Devil card, and this is a major arcana. This is more about the temptation that's happening between these lovers. And this is good because this means that the passion is there, right? But one of the guidances here is to not confuse and let that be the driving force. Remember that again, this is still a spiritual union, and the right way to approach this kind of love is with honor, with respect, right? So it's about respecting the feminine respecting herself. So it's the friendship that needs to come in first, right? Before you get to that good stuff, right? The passion. Yes, it's already there. We already know that. But there's more to that than a spiritual union, right? There's more to that. It's so much more. And I feel like this is the time to get to know each other. If you're not in union. If you're already in union, then you're way past the step, right? But we did talk about this in the previous love shows, that this dating phase is actually one of the most beautiful honeymoon stages that can also be part of your memory as a couple. And that was actually August's theme, right? The honeymoon in the afterlife. And this is, look, this is the divine masculine showing up as the King of Pentacles. There's something also, they're here for financial reasons as well. This couple, they're here for the mission, and they're gonna actually reap this pentacle when they come together. Maybe it's that separation that's being a blockage even in their own financial life, because this could be a blockage, like we did mention in August, the financial stability of both partners. But when they come together, that is lifted, because that is what they're meant to be doing, working together. All right, so let's get a little bit more guidance about this King of Pentacles. And what is this blockage? Like, why perhaps it's taking too long? And we got the 8 of Cups, the 8 of Chalices. And, the 8 is about infinite potential, right? And there's a book here. There's infinite potential. And even infinite emotion, I heard, on how to make this harvest happen. You see, we have the 7 of Pentacles here, moving from the 7 of Pentacles. This is the hard worker here, and it's the Mother Mary and Jesus working in conjunction here. You see the little boy and the mother. She's carrying the heavy load, and he's carrying as much as he can as well. These grapes, right? Which actually, grapes are sweet. And back in the day, when you had access to fruit, that meant that you had wealth and that you had abundance to be able to afford that fruit. And this is possible, but perhaps there's something that we're still trying to figure out. You see, this kind of reminds me of the magician in a way. Alchemizing something that's very intellectual, because there's a book here, and collaborating with our spirit guides, our heavenly angels, with God himself. But there's something that even the divine masculine is very hard at thinking at, something to decipher, so that he can move forward. The Chariot, both white horses, which is the both lovers in innocence and purity, ready for this victory, because a sword is like the shield, like the Excalibur sword. That is symbolism of the triumph. Okay, so I was saying, and you know, this Chariot card, the number 7 in the major arcana, is also a huge sign of this spirituality, right? That is actually bonding them together. Both of them on the same page, on the same energetic frequency. And it's just a love that's inevitable, and even for everyone else to see. Like, it's like, if you put them both in the same room, it's just like, you can feel it, that energy, that connection, that magnetic attraction. And so, it's coming soon, I feel it. And then the final card, we got the Death in reverse. You know, the Death card for me symbolizes the ego death. And because it's in the reverse, I feel like this has happened already. And I feel like more than anything, this is for the Divine Masculine. Because the Divine Feminine is actually taking care of the Masculine here, nurturing him, right? Because she is already in her sainthood, very much shielded though from the outside world, because she knows the corruption that still exists, right? That's the Devil card that came up in the beginning. That's just something that is inevitable as well. And so the Divine Masculine even kind of looks drained here. And maybe, you know, it's because he's so open with himself, with others. And so now it's like he realizes, right, that it's about coming clean in the truth, and with no lies standing in between this connection, right? Because if not, you know that there's always going to be something. And you know, the Queen of Swords comes up here in the reverse as well. This is also the Divine Feminine letting go of her guard, because I do feel like the Divine Feminine has been on guard because of past hurts and because of the corruption that exists in the world. So it's just like a self-defense mechanism, a preventative protective measure and barrier that most Divine Feminines have had around their heart. And they're learning that even if they want to allow this new love, they're gonna have to bring those walls down. So you see how both masculine and feminine are having their own healing issues to work on. And you know, this is a good sign because both of them came on the reverse. So this means that the process is taking place, and I do feel like September is those last remnants of it, this ultimate and final purification for when we reach October. So October is actually very exciting because I feel like maybe there might be even unions in October, all right, or reunions, right, which is a little different. A reunion is just the coming together of these partners, and a union is an actual solid commitment, actually dating, actually getting married, right? That's a union. And then we have, see, the King of Chalices, the Divine Masculine showing up with his passionate emotions. He's wearing red. This is all this love, this deep love, that maybe he's even in love with this Divine Feminine, and he wants to come with this truth because he knows that if he doesn't, he might miss his chance. And you know, this Divine Feminine has many conquerors at her feet, and so he needs to make his move, right? The Chariot card, and quickly, because he doesn't want to miss this chance. You don't miss out on a once in a lifetime opportunity to meet your matching frequency, like your perfect match. You cannot run away from that, right? Okay, and so the final cards, I actually opened up to a few more, which are the final messages for today. We have the Tower card here, which I feel like this is about the restart, the fresh new beginning, restarting something and getting back to work, right? Because this is the Eight of Pentacles, the hard worker, but needing to start again, you see, because, or perhaps more work is needed. More strength is needed. We got the Strength card. And I saw another card. Yeah, the Ace of Wands. More strength is needed for the birthing of this mission, this new project that's both for the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. You see, this is the artwork of Archangel Gabriel showing up to Mother Mary when she was just a little girl, only 14, telling her that she was to give birth to Jesus, the Messiah. And she believed it right then and there, right? Even though she was a virgin, she knew that God knows his ways. And so she received it and she said yes to this offer. And this is, I feel, is like what is going to happen between the divine feminine and divine masculine. The divine masculine representing even Archangel Gabriel here. Remember, Archangel Gabriel is the overlooker of mission work, creativity, and communication as well. And then this strength card with the lion here, this is the divine feminine taming her masculine, his anger perhaps, his impatience or frustration that they're not in union, the missing of their partner, right? And so they complement each other. And this is again what I'm feeling. You see, this is like beautiful artwork here. Take a look at this, and what does it tell you? What does it speak to you? And that's your individual message today. Because I'm feeling that this definitely is just the beginning, the Ace of Wands. And we need to receive this and be patient. You see, the Tower is because it's destroying all of the old past relationships that don't serve you anymore. Maybe even the environment that you're in. Maybe past jobs that don't serve you anymore. Tower moment is like about derumbling your life, but only to make it better, not to hurt you, right? And so now we're needing to restart this work, start from scratch. You see, he's only on the first pentacle and there's 7 more to go. And that's okay, because this is only going to make us stronger. And this is divinely guided by God. God is guiding this path, this journey, these circumstances. And the divine feminine is here to help her divine masculine do it together. And so that's a beautiful message for this love show on September. I am just overblown because I know that this is coming. Knave of Wands here. And this Knave of Wands is like representative of the Page of Wands. This is still a very young energy, you see. Even young communication, which actually I feel that the way that these lovers are going to approach each other is very playful and flirty, young, because this is the innocent love that we're all seeking as well. So the key this September is to return to your childhood, your inner child as well, and just be more lighthearted with life, with others, and with yourself, because this is the energy that you're going to approach your beloved with as well, or react with if he or she approaches you, right? So just keep your head up high and know that all is well. We are safe and protected. Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Michael are overlooking and blessing this relationship. And of course, with God's permission and God's touch at the center of this, we are divinely surrounded by these white light, these white angels, and just this beautiful loving energy. I see hearts, pink hearts all over, literally, and we have beautiful pink roses in the back for bringing in this innocent pure love, white and even some hot pink, to just bring in all of the components of what makes a long-term relationship last. There needs to be the friendship, there needs to be the intimacy, which is about honest and transparent and vulnerable communication. There needs to be the passion, and there needs to be the commitment, right? The forever I do, the Bonnie and Clyde kind of relationship, right? It's like all about your partner, and you would choose them over anyone else, even children per se. And I know that that's a difficult concept, but there are different kinds of love. But there is just another kind of level of a spiritual love bond that you just know that is your sweetheart, and you would never replace them, you would never let them go, you would never let them suffer. You will always be there with them through sickness and in health, through every single up and downs of life. Your partner will be there with you, and even if that's in spirit, our partner is with us. And that's the final message for this September love show. My name is Krista Ramirez, and I'm a soul coach. If you want personal guidance and soul coaching, maybe you want couples therapy, definitely book a session with me. I am open. I know that this can help you if you are wanting this love in your life, or maybe you have a partner and maybe you just need this little extra guidance to make it work. please consult me. Go to christianramirez.com/booking for more information. And also go to christianramirez.com/TV to watch more of my exclusive shows year-round as a member of the Spiritual Counseling TV network. Trust me that you will not want to miss out. Have an amazing and beautiful month, everyone. Stay on the lookout for also the red carpet event fashion show for September, which is also a monthly free show provided by the Spiritual Counseling TV network. Also, make sure that you become a member of my School of Light to have access to my weekly poetry class and reading. Have an amazing and beautiful month, everyone. Namaste.